Attention, Eagles fans! A major change may be happening behind the scenes that could change the team's future. The Eagles are eyeing a new quarterback, and a surprising name has just emerged as a top target. Are the Philadelphia Eagles ready to make a big move to finally address the most important position of the season? The Philadelphia Eagles have built one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. With Jalen Hurts running the field, A.J. Brown dominating on the outside, Devonta Smith tearing up the defense, and Saquon Barkley adding elite firepower in the backfield, the Eagles already look like an offensive juggernaut. But when chasing a Super Bowl, all the important pieces, and there's one more thing this offense might need, are removed from a title race. A consistent, reliable WR3. That's where Kendrick Bourne comes into play, and possibly into the locker room. NFL analyst Corey Woodruff of For the Win was excited about some bold news. The Eagles could acquire Kendrick Bourne from the New England Patriots for a mere 7th-round pick in the 2026 draft. Let's be clear. A veteran wide receiver with playoff experience, locker room leadership, and proven production, available for what is essentially the equivalent of a trade in the NFL. It's not just a deal, it's a potential steal. Why is Bourne so affordable? The Patriots are overloaded at the wide receiver position. They've drafted, traded, and signed enough receivers to flood their roster with players before training camp. Someone will have to go, and it won't be the youngest, cheapest talent they're developing. Bourne, despite his proven ability, is a logical candidate to be cut simply for the sake of numbers. Rather than lose him for nothing, New England would be smart to trade him for a minimal asset, and that's where Howie Roseman comes in. Roseman, as we all know, thrives on value deals, and this one ticks all the boxes. Bourne doesn't even need to replace Jahan Dotson or shake up the depth chart. His mere presence would increase competition in the wide receiver room, give Hurts another reliable option in critical moments, and provide insurance in case of injury. It's the kind of low-cost, high-potential move that title contenders make, quietly and wisely. We can't forget Bourne's track record. He debuted with the 49ers, carving out a role as a reliable possession receiver with strong hands and a knack for finding weak spots in zone defenses. In New England, despite the instability and chaos in the quarterback carousel, Bourne has still managed to string together productive streaks and maintain his time-sensitive receiving style. At just 29 years old, he's far from a bust. In fact, his recent recovery from injury has been encouraging, with off-season reports indicating he's moving quickly and running routes with precision. But perhaps his greatest value lies in his ability to drop back on third downs and in the red zone. Bourne excels at creating quick separation and turning short routes into first downs. He doesn't need 1,000 yards to make a difference. He just needs key receptions in high-leverage situations. Imagine Hurts under pressure, looking for that third read and finding Bourne over the middle. That's exactly what good times invest in: reliability. The timing also makes sense. Training camp is approaching, and the Patriots are likely finalizing their WR decisions. The Eagles have the draft capital, the salary cap space, and the interest. Roseman has never been afraid to pounce when an opportunity like this presents itself. And while fans may clamor for flashier names, this is the kind of subtle move that wins games in January. So, will Kendrick Bourne be in green from midnight until the end of the month? Don't rule it out. And if that happens, remember, it might not be the headline you were hoping for, but it could be the play that changes everything. Because while the Eagles may be quietly excelling on offense, drama is brewing on defense. And it starts with a rookie safety who hasn't yet signed a contract. While fans celebrate potential additions, a storm cloud is gathering over the Eagles' secondary. Drew Mukuba, Philadelphia's second pick and future starting safety, has yet to sign his Heat contract, and training camp is just around the corner. Only 2 second-round picks in the entire NFL draft have signed fully guaranteed contracts so far: Carson Schwezinger with the Browns and Jaden Higgins with the Texans. This has created a ripple effect, and Mukuba, the 64th overall pick, is reportedly expecting similar terms. But there's a big problem. Howie Roseman doesn't sign fully guaranteed Heat contracts in the second round, and frankly, he doesn't need to. The collective bargaining agreement, CBA, doesn't require full guarantees for second-rounders, especially late in the round. Mukuba is trying to use it earlier, but the Eagles are playing hardball. Roseman is known for being proactive and calculating. He doesn't give in to pressure that could set a precedent for other Heats in the future. The clock is ticking. If Mukuba doesn't report to training camp, he'll quickly fall behind in a highly competitive safety room that already includes Sidney Brown, Maxon Hook, Andre Sam, and free agent Justin McCollum. Vic Fangio is ready to praise anyone who shows up and performs, which could push Mukuba even further down the reserves chart. And here's the rub. If the stalemate continues, the Eagles could completely change position and sign veteran Justin Simmons. He's still a free agent and has ties to Fangio dating back to their Denver days. Signing Simmons would be a win-win move and could close the door on Mukuba's starting role before it even opens. This is a crucial moment. If Mukuba continues to learn the system and gain game rhythm, he'll have a bright future in the middle. But what if he stays at defensive end? The Eagles won't wait forever. They control his rights until next year's draft, and they're ready to move forward with or without him. And while the Mukuba drama unfolds, the Eagles are quietly counting on two under-the-radar defenders to emerge from the shadows and become defensive mainstays in 2025. With the departures of Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, the signing of Brandon Graham, and the shocking trade of Bryce Huff to the 49ers, the Eagles are facing a massive defensive turnover. Filling that void are two young names who can contribute to a dominant defense or leave Philadelphia struggling: Moro Ojomo and Jalix Hunt. CBS Sports' Jared Dubin named the Eagles' two most important non-QB players in 2025. This is a huge vote of confidence, but also a huge pressure. They're no longer just rotational players. They're taking on leadership roles in a revamped front court. Let's start with Ojomo. In 2024, he quietly played 37% of the defensive snaps, totaling 20 tackles and 5 quarterback hits. But it was in the playoffs that he truly shined, racking up 7 tackles, 2 TFLs, and a sack during the team's championship run. PFF already ranked him as the 32nd best interior defensive lineman in the entire league, despite limited usage. That speaks volumes about his efficiency and potential. Now, meet Jalix Hunt. He only played 25% of the regular season snaps last year, but what about the postseason? He's become a destroyer, recording 10 tackles, 1.5 sacks, including a half sack on Mahomes in the Super Bowl, and constant disruptions. His totals in the 2024 season included 22 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a pass deflection, and 1.5 sacks. Hunt is fast, strong, and hungry for more. The Eagles' front office clearly believes in these two. That's why they released high-profile free agents. They're banking on internal growth. Ojomo is expected to remain full-time in 2025, while Hunt will compete for the starting job with Azeez Ojulari and Josh Uche. If both excel, Fangio's plan could prosper. If they stumble, the defense could show early and often. This is a risky bet, but it could pay off handsomely. It's not just about names. They're crucial pieces in a year where expectations are sky-high. If Ojomo and Hunt take the next step, the Eagles could have not only a good defense, but a championship-caliber defense. Can the Eagles bolster the offense with Kendrick Bourne, resolve the contract impasse with Drew Mukuba, and still transform Ojomo and Hunt into the new pillars of the defense, all before the season starts? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.